Right now it's probably like four of us right now. No, we kept it small.
What was your reaction, and had the Seahawks talked to you much before this?
My reaction was pretty. I'm a humble guy. I try not to get too excited. But I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity. Most importantly, but yeah, I definitely talked to the Seahawks twice. I had a formal with them at the combine, and then recently met with them probably approximately 2 weeks after the combine on Zoom with Coach Scott. And we watched film and everything. Did good. I knew I did good after the interview, and long and behold, I got the call. So
What kind of cornerback are you? Describe your game for us.
I would definitely say I'm a physical corner as well as high football IQ. And then most importantly, I feel like I make a lot of plays on the ball. So I would say my ball skills are the best in the draft. So
Like,
How much did you watch the Legion of Boom growing up?
I watched them a lot, actually. My dad used to always talk to me about, Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas growing up and Cam Chancellor. So I watched those guys growing up. They're actually my favorite, group of DBs growing up. I'm not that old, so I can't really go back too far with that. So, those were kind of like, my guys that I always used to watch and look up to.
You won the Jim Thorpe Award this past season. Were you surprised that you lasted this deep into the draft, into round four?
Not necessarily. All I need is just a lane. I wasn't really focus on what round it was or whatever it may be. Just as long as I got the opportunity, it was just up to me. To seize that opportunity once it came, and like I said, I'm grateful to even hear my name called. So.
we have to ask you about your first name, I guess. Was it after the basketball player, or what's the story on that?
Yes, sir. It was definitely not after the basketball player. My parents loved Kobe Bryant and everything that he brought to the table as a not only as an athlete but as a human being himself and how he carried himself. So that's somebody that they ultimately knew right away that that's somebody they want to name me after.
Is there any pressure that comes with that name?
Not really pressure, more of a privilege. Honestly, that just means I have to work just twice as harder, to live up to that name and set a name for myself as well too, and most importantly represent as I can. So
Were your parents from LA or were they just Kobe Bryant fans from afar?
no, they're from Ohio. They just like I said, they just love Kobe. They love Jordan and LeBron, but Kobe just was special to them. So
Kobe, you wore 8 in the Cotton Bowl. What was
yes,
the
sir.
thought about changing the number? How did you come about deciding to do it for that game?
Well, ultimately, before the season started, I wanted to change my number, but I was too busy focusing on being that leader and coming in and being the best that I can be. So then once the playoffs came around, I realized maybe I want to do something different and go playoff Kobe. So that was the mentality that I tried to bring to the table, and I was thankful that Coach Fickle understood that and allowed me to wear the red.
Playing opposite Sauce Gardner, how did that help develop you and prepare you for the NFL?
It prepared me a lot. He's an ultimate competitor, just like I am. He had an exceptional career at Cincy. And he pushed me. Just because he's younger than me doesn't mean I always have to be a leader. He was also a leader as well, and he pushed me not only to become a good football player, but a better man as well too, just because of the relationship that we have off the field. So
Did you notice teams would throw more your side, and that would help accelerate what you had to work on?
absolutely, absolutely. I knew that with the challenge I was going to have to step up to, and as a competitor that I am, I love the challenge. I never back down from anything or anyone. So the the ball comes in the air or wherever it may be, come make a tackle on the edge, whatever it is. I know I have to step up and do that, and that's what I'm willing to do.
You improved your 40 time quite a bit from the combine to your pro days.
Yes, sir.
What was the story behind that?
Just really honing in and locking in. The combine is a different atmosphere, obviously. And just realizing, okay, once I got the 40 down, once I ran that first 40 at the combine, and everything in that nature, then it was just time to go back to work and put in more work. And there's the job's never finished. So my mentality was to keep working, keep getting faster. Even to this day, I'm still working hard and, still getting faster to this day. So, I pretty much locked in and focused on that and, did the little things right to help me improve.
Was it a 4.48 at your pro day? Is that right?
4.47.
As a competitor, gotta get that. As a competitor, does it motivate you, bother you at all when you hear the other Cincy corner when everyone's kind of talking about Sauce and not you?
It doesn't really bother me, but the type of man I am, I always use fuel to fire. Like I said, my name got called today, and just for people to actually hear my name and know who I am is a huge representation to not only myself but my family and most importantly to God as well. So I use all that to my advantage. The job's never finished, like I said, and there's always work to be done. So.
Did you play more on the right or the left side there, or you guys did sort of a field and boundary kind of thing, or?
Yeah, we did a field and boundary type of thing.
You said you talked to Carl Scott. What have you gained on what role you might have or how they want to use you here?
No, he hasn't really told me my role yet, but I'm pretty sure, Coach Carroll and everything, he told me I bring a lot to the table, once I just talked to him. So I knew right away, that they probably expected me to, come in and contribute in any way, whether it's special teams or, whatever it may be, I'm willing to do it. So.
Coby, how would you kind of describe your game?
Like I said earlier, just physicality, smart football IQ, and most importantly, ball skills. I feel like I have a ton of production, probably the best in the draft, honestly. But, that's what I feel like I can bring a lot to the table is, making plays on the ball. And I feel like, that's what helps you in the NFL is, ball productivity. So.
Do they call you Mamba?
Yeah, they call me like the red mamba. They didn't want to call me the black mamba, so they called me the red mamba at school. Or sometimes they'll call me like Bean. Bean as that was Coby Bryant's middle name, so a lot of people call me Bean at school. Or just Coby or Cobe or whatever it may be. So.
Coby, what kind of leader were you in college?
I was more of a vocal leader. I also put in extremely hard work. Obviously, and I try to lead by example, but most importantly, I tried to, be that vocal leader so that others could follow suit and not just see my work ethic, but also hear me as well too. Sometimes it's always better to be heard as well too. So.
And the obvious, what kind of basketball player are you?
I would say I'm more of a dunker. I can dunk real well. I can shoot a little bit because I'm lefty. I'm a lefty, but other than that, I really can't do too much other than that.
Sorry, one more on the name. But if they named you after Coby, then spelling it differently, was there a reason they did that, or?
Yes, there was definitely a reason. They wanted to obviously name me after Coby, but have my name spelled different because they wanted my own unique way. They wanted my own journey. All to me it was an honor to be named after a legend and my hero. But they just wanted me to have my own name and represent my name the best way I could. So.
Have you ever been to Seattle?
No, I have not. No, I have not.
What are your impressions of it from afar?
I really don't know too much about it, but I just know that Seattle's a great football team, so that's all that matters to me.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Congrats. Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
Coby.
you.
We will text you the Zoom link right after this.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.